Hey guys, are you guys all here? You guys can hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for listening in again. My name is Emily Nguyen, and I have this awesome panel of top marketers who are here to gather and talk about creating results by taking massive action. Now, I just want to get into a little bit about my story. I've always had I come from the restaurant industry background, and I've been an entrepreneur. I was a university dropout. I dropped out in my second year, and I decided to throw myself into the business world. Now, my first business was a sushi restaurant, and it's still going well up until this day. But I figured that it's not a duplicate. It's a business model that's not easily duplicatable. See, if my chef decides to quit, I can hire a team of employees and put them into place. But if my chef decides to quit or my waitress, then I have to go in there and train them. So it takes up a lot of my time. So that's when I got into network marketing and into the online business world, and because it's a business model that duplicates so easily, that it's so much time leveraging as well. So if you're not into the online business world, totally check it out. So what I did to take massive action from being a business owner to going into this online world is to really know what's trending nowadays, and we're going on to this 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 era that's becoming in for your online biz for the business for those who are entrepreneurs. Just make sure you do if I mean one way or another, you have to know how to market your business effectively. And I'm sure you guys have checked out how to market online effectively. And Empower is a huge buzz that's going on. If you haven't jumped in yet, make sure that you connect with whoever's here and uh, get in with us, plug in with the community so we can show you how it works. So I was able to transition and take massive action towards the online world so that I can create more results for my brick and mortar business and my affiliate business online as well. That being said, I'm going to move on with, on my left, Alan Luck, who is in the corporate, who's always been in the corporate world, but I'm going to let you guys tell his story, and you can go ahead, Alan.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Emily. Hey, my name is Alan from Toronto. I've always been in the corporate world. A few years ago, I was working as a consulting firm, and I believe that working as a 9 to 5 wasn't really for me. So I kind of went off and started my own business. I started off with my own web design firm, and I kind of transitioned now into having a very successful mobile app company. So right now I still work many hours every day, and I'm only able to work my Empower business for 1 or 2 hours a day. But within those 2 hours, I know I stay very focused, very consistent, and just close the door and not do anything except for my business. So I was able to leverage that and take massive action and get results. So I think most people make excuses that they cannot make the business work because they're so busy. But like myself and like many others, if you decide to take action, if you decide to stay focused and not worry about anything, but just focus on your business, and that's when you can leverage that and start taking action and see result. I've also been in the online space for the past few years, but not really not seeing the type of result I always wanted, because I was always jumping the programs. I've always chasing those shiny objects. And I think one thing that I know now, looking back, is that I was treating my business as a hobby versus treating it as a business. So I was actually costing more money because as hobby costs money, takes costs money too, right? So I wasn't really looking at my online business as a real business, and that's why I was struggling. And this year of January, when I actually was my first Empowered Network event in Austin, When I came back, that's when I really seen a big shift in my business. Um, from before not making a lot of money to now making quite consistent amount of income every single week because of taking massive action and believe that I can do it. Okay, and it's just taking massive action every day and following leaders and connecting with like-minded individuals like this amazing group panel and just learning consistently every single day and plugging myself in, and that's what I have to say about taking massive action and seeing some great results.
That's awesome, Alan. I think a lot of us who start online, you tend not to take things too seriously, but when you do put your mind into it and you follow the right people and you plug yourself into the right community, that's when you can definitely start taking a lot more action and start seeing more results. I forget to mention at the beginning, guys, if you're listening to this, we do have a special guest. His name is Tony LeTa. Somehow there's a friend and creating so sorry, he's been taking massive action and created a lot of results, but we're going to go on to, I'm going to save him the one of the best for last, but we're going to go on to Harish here, who's this awesome marketer as well. So he'll just tell you a little bit about his story and how taking massive action has changed his life.
Thanks, Em. Yeah, I'm Harsh Patel. I'm from the UK, so it's pretty late, about 3 in the morning here. But I'm looking, I'm really glad I actually came onto this hangout. I've actually got really involved with internet marketing last year. So last year I was very much a newbie. I'm from an IT background, been involved with IT for the last 10 years. But I realized that I was working ridiculous hours and I wanted to find something else out there. There must be a better and easier way in the long run. So I got involved with internet marketing. Now, the thing was, initially, I'm a very analytical person. So, the issue I had initially, I didn't believe how easy it was, the 8-core principle. So I was observing too much, spending too much time learning and training. And what I've learned is what's more important is taking action. You learn as you take action. And that was the key thing I learned afterwards. And then obviously things have got much better since then. But that was the mistake I did initially, because I thought whenever you start anything new, you always feel, or I always felt, that you need to know it really well before you make the first move. The first move is important, but what's even more important is action. And that's what I learned, which is so important. So I've used some of the knowledge I've learned in IT, but main thing is taking action, learning from it, and get better as you go. And that's something that's helped me a lot on that part. And I'm glad I did take this step, which I did. Because I was very skeptical initially, which we all are when we try something different and something not normal from the people that are around you. And that's what I had initially. But you got to do it. If it feels right and you want to look into it, I would say take action, even though people around you may give you the wrong opinion and think that you're not doing the right thing. You got to do what is right for you. And that's what I learned as well.
Yes, definitely. Do what is right for you. Go for your instinct. And I totally agree. I think most of us here would totally agree with Harish that you have to apply as you learn. So whatever you're learning, make sure you apply it right away or as soon as possible so you can keep moving forward and learn a bit as you go. So awesome. We have Joanne Lee, who just joined us. She's one of my superwomen. I love this woman. I don't know if can you talk, Joanne? Can we hear you?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but it's a little bit noisy.
Well, because I'm at the wedding reception. I'm actually at a wedding reception. My cousin,
awesome.
my cousin is getting married. As a matter of fact, let me scan the cameras. You can see I had to take the corner of hold on here. You see there's well, I guess I don't know. You can see the doors to the reception. I'm literally like at the farthest corner of the reception right now, so that the music is not as loud. But I'm literally at a wedding reception. action. And when I heard that Tony was going to be on this hangout, I was like, I've got to get on it. I took my laptop. Here's my bag. This is like a huge laptop bag, into a wedding, okay? So people look at me like, what the heck is she doing, This is a wedding, okay? But I'm excited to finally have Tony on the hangout here. I'm a little out of touch because I was getting ready for the wedding, so I'm not sure what we were talking about tonight. So
Okay, Joanne. So she's amazing. I mean, that's how committed this top market this marketer is. But we're touching base on creating results by taking massive action, which is what you did basically tonight, right? She took action by bringing her laptop, by finding internet connection, and make sure that she can connect with us at this reception.
Three solid lights. Well,
Awesome.
I'm near downtown right now, so there's strong signals right now. But just wanted to, real quick before I forget, I won't be able to stay on this very long. I hope you guys understand. I just want to hop on here. As a matter of fact, my niece is just arrived. I want to say hi, hello, say hi. Yeah, we're here at the wedding. See, these are my partners. That's Alan to the left. I want to say, and then Emily. Say hi, Harish, and Tam. Tam is all the way from Australia. Do you recognize that flag? Yeah, isn't that cool? And then Emily and Alan are from Canada.
So is
Then
Tony.
we have Tony, also Canada.
Yeah.
Now Tony is our guest speaker tonight. But anyway, this is one of my nieces. Her name is what's your name? Can you hear her? Oh, hold on. You got to talk about it. Tell me your name.
My name's Jasmine.
Hi, Jasmine.
Hey, Jasmine.
Hey, Jasmine.
You look very pretty.
Do you want to tell everyone what you're doing here tonight?
I'm at a wedding.
And who's wedding?
Her cousin's wedding.
Your aunt, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Alrighty, Joanne.
sorry guys, sorry. Just
It's all right. Just yeah. So we were all kind of getting a little bit into our story and how you were taking, like, what kind of results you got from taking massive action into your business.
I'm sorry, I can barely hear you. What was it?
So we were all getting into our story, everybody here, and how taking massive action created results into your business.
Okay. So a little bit about myself. By the way, my name is Joanne Lee. I'm known as JJ Lee Empowered on Facebook, only because Facebook would not let me change my name, so I'm stuck with that name. And I don't have time to put my name on the screen here, so sorry guys. But I actually come from a corporate background and also have a real estate background. I got into real estate after college, and I did that for a few years, full time in Houston, actually, which is where I'm at right now. And at that time, I worked mostly with investors. I acquired a few investment properties myself. After a few years, certain personal circumstances got me to make a decision to move to Austin. That's really where my residence right now. But I might be moving to Houston. In fact, I think I'm pretty much made a decision. I think I told my partners that I am going to be moving to Houston permanently. That's where all my family is. So I'm excited, actually. At first I wasn't sure because I love Austin, but I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to be doing. But anyway, when I moved to Austin, I landed my very first corporate job after college. That was my first and it will be my last corporate America job. Um, I pretty much worked up the ladder to upper management position as a financial controller. Um, I pretty much oversee like a small group, small department of 12 key team members, and I worked with like 10 different departments and how to coordinate, Uh, anyway, I can get into detail later. It really doesn't matter really what I was doing, but I really like what I was doing. I really loved my team. We all worked well together. However, the hours were killing me. They were crazy towards the end of my employment there. Um, this was a time when, hi, this was a time when, we had, with our economy crashed, the financial crisis, came about. So corporate America was laying off people left and right, and the people that were still working there basically got overloaded with work. They wanted to increase productivity. They gave me like this little bit of raise, not, I mean, it wasn't really that worth it, especially when I was working at least 12 hours a day. It was pretty much all work and no life. Um, I'm sure some of you can probably relate to that. Anyway, in 2011, I was no longer an employee there. And to be honest with you, it was like a blessing in disguise. I took that opportunity to get back into real estate full time. I got my broker's license because I wanted to keep 100% of my commissions. As you know, for those in the real estate industry, when you're an agent or a realtor, you split your commission with your broker. And I didn't want to do that. I was qualified to get my broker's license, so I went for it. Um, However, with all the freedom and independence in real estate business, I was working so much harder due to the depressed market. It was pretty much a wrong timing. I also dabbled back into investment, fixed and flipped a few deals here and there, locally, remotely. I dab, yeah. The Austin market has been so competitive that the spreads for profits starting to get thinner and thinner, and so it got tougher and tougher to find properties and deals that would make sense. Um, and on the retail side of real estate, even when I get a property under contract, there's really no guarantee that I would get paid until the property is closed. So basically, no sale until closing, which can take up to practically 60 days in this market condition. So that's a long time. Yes, you get paid good money and $200,000 home, 3% commission. That's a good amount. But it may or may not happen. It's not a sure thing. That's why I love the 100% commissions with Empower Network. Because when you make a sale, you earn that commission immediately. Right, guys?
Absolutely.
Anyway, so basically how I got into Empower, I know that there's a time constraint here, and I'm sure that we're still going down the line here, and I kind of need to get back to the wedding reception here. I can talk more about, Empower Network and all that next hangout. So is that all you need?
Yeah, so, JJ, Joanne, she took massive action by going from, real estate to getting her mortgage license, and then now getting onto this online business world because she knows how much value there is. She knows that, comparison to those career, you get 100% commission here. So, awesome for taking massive action to you, JJ. And I'm going to pass it down now to Tam, who's all the way from Australia. This guy has been taking massive action since I got to know him from our first event in Austin. He's so amazing. Make sure you pay attention. So go ahead, Tam.
Hey guys, how you doing? Hey JJ, hope you're having fun at the wedding there. Thank you for coming on
We're
to this.
having a blast. Thank you, thank you. And
Yeah.
by the way, it's a broker's license that I have. I was thinking about getting a mortgage license, but
Oh, I'm sorry, I
no,
misunderstood.
no problem. But I did do discount mortgages years ago, and that was
Oh,
fun as well. So I mean, I'm well rounded when it comes to the real estate industry. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry, but I have to get going. They're starting, kind of flagging me down now. So
all
I
right.
will
Well,
see you
thank
guys
you for
later.
hopping on.
Okay,
Take
Tony,
care, JJ.
I want to. Yeah, I'll watch the replay because I can't wait to see what you had to say and offer, Tony.
No
Nice meeting
problem.
you.
Nice to meet you.
All right,
Yeah.
take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
Well, if anyone has been watching and following us for the last couple of days or weeks, you know that every time JJ comes on, she has been going through some sort of difficulty to get on these hangouts. And I love especially the sceneries that she took us through, parking lots, in front of Starbucks. I mean, one time it was just pitch black, right, when she was hosting, but it didn't matter because she's taking massive action. And right, so first of all, I'd like to welcome everybody here. Thank you for joining us today. If you're a viewer watching, we appreciate you being here. I just want to say also, thank you to Tony for dropping by and a minute to share his knowledge on how he made money online. It's going to be great, and I can't wait for that. But so before we go to Tony, I just want to share a little bit about myself and how I got involved with Empower, how I got involved, in the internet marketing industry, and how I'm able to make money online. So, and the team right here, Team Take Massive Action, it's so fitting, right? Because when I first started with Empower, everything started with a small decision. Right, I decided when I started with Empower that I was going to go all in. I went all in on my first day. And for those of you who don't know what all in means, it means that you buy all the products. Not only that, you follow all of the instructions that are taught inside of the back office, and you take massive action. So when I first joined, I decided, hey, I'm going to take massive action. I decided that I'm going to do something different than I normally do, so that I can create, a different and better results. So, when I first started internet marketing in 2009, I sort of came on and dabbled around. I tried many different systems. I bought many different products. My mentality back then wasn't about taking action. It was just about I got to learn. I got to learn these strategies. I need to learn SEO. I need to learn video marketing. I need to learn PPC. So I went and go and buy these, bought all these courses and studied them. My intention, my decision back then was to study these things, these products. It wasn't to take massive action. And I keep scratching my head for many, many years after that. Like, how come I'm not making any money, right? Because I'm learning all these theories. Technically, I know a lot. I don't know a lot, but I just know, you know what I mean.
Welcome everybody for tonight.
But the thing is, I just know the theory, and I took very small actions here and there, right? And I was expecting massive results, right? So when I found Empower, I came in there and I came in and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make a lot of money here because of the compensation plan. They were paying 100% commission because I saw the system, it was powerful. I saw the trainings, it was powerful. I'm like, hey, with my background, I'm gonna make a lot of money here, right? But something happened. Something happened when I got involved and I started to listen to the inner circles, right? My mindset started to change, right? And I heard on one of the inner circle, Justin Berengia, he was talking about, coming into Empower, leaving your ego aside, emptying your cup so that you can take in new information. And you should listen, especially to people who are making, 10K a month, 50K a month, if that's where you want to go to, right? But hey, that really makes sense. Maybe I should put all my ego aside, empty my cup, and listen to the guys that are making a lot of money, because I want to make a lot of money and do what they do, right? So one of the things that David Wood teaches inside of Empower is blog daily, right? You go ahead and blog daily. And his story is that he did it for 90 days straight, and then he started to get leads coming in, and then sales started coming in. And I've never done that before, right? So what I did was I said, hey, I'm going to do it. I'm going to blog daily. Right? I've never done that before, so I'm going to do it. Let's test out David Wood's words. Okay, is it for real or not? I don't know. So let's see if that's going to happen. So I did it. I started blogging daily. Not only that, not only blogging one post a day. Sometimes I did 2. Sometimes I did 4. Sometimes I took massive action and did a lot more. And and fair enough. Like after the 90 days, just a bit after, I found, I started to get leads and I was making some sales. But one of my biggest days after 90 days was I made 4,600 in one day, right? And I've never made that kind of money before with any other systems, with any other, businesses ever, like offline or online. So that's really, really amazing. And it all comes down to taking massive action. But again, I'm with the right system and I'm with the right team. I have the right support here. And through that journey, through that 90 days of taking action, I needed support. I needed people that were also taking action so that I can fall back on, because you get those doubts, you get those little voice that creep up inside of your head telling you things, right? So you need people around you that are also taking massive action to push you forward. So pretty much that's what happened to me, and everything's changed ever since. And so yeah, definitely, you got to take massive action. You gotta think positive and surround yourself with the right people so that they can also help you achieve your goals. With that being said, I'm going to pass it right back to Em, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit later.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your story, Tam. Tam always has amazing things to say. I just love him. So the clock is going down, and I just wanted to give our full time and attention to our special guest, Tony LeTa, who was able to make $1,000 commission today. In one day, not today, in one day, guys. And you won't be able to get that type of commission in many companies. I don't even know any other companies out there who would give us that much, who would give us the vehicle to get that type of commission out there. So Tony is here to share his story and how he was able to create that type of money online by from going in. He had a background of direct sales, by the way, with no experience with online marketing and only being in this online business for 3 months. So Tony, I'm going to pass it on to you. So you have our full attention here. And also, guys, if you have any questions, make sure you leave it in the comment section below, and we'll try to answer as many questions as we can. So Tony, go ahead.
All right, thanks, Em. I appreciate that introduction. Even though I'm not that special, to be honest, I'm just like anybody else on this panel, right? We all have our stories. We're all very special and unique in our own ways. But I want to quickly say thank you guys for inviting me to be in this hangout. It's really cool when in the company that we're all a part of, a small success like $1,000 a day, you get recognized, which is really awesome. So thank you again for having me. I'll start with my story, and I'll get into exactly how I made that $1,000 day. So I've always had to really take massive action my whole life. Since I was like 13 years old, I've been fending for myself because I didn't have a really productive childhood. I actually didn't have a childhood, so I had to really learn how to grow up really, really fast. Like my mother, she was a gambling addict. Every single dollar that she ever made, she would spend on, casinos and stuff like that. So she'd never be home, and I never really got to see her. and my dad split up. My dad was always busy, doing whatever he's doing. I really didn't know half the time, so I was really left alone as a child. So by 13 years old, I had to really make a decision, really take action in my life and say, you know what, this is just not where I want to be with my life. So I've been on my own, literally, paying my own bills, feeding myself, taking care of myself for the last, it would be 10 years. I'm 23 now, so a little, surprise, right? Even though I may look even maybe younger than that. But last 10 years, I've been on my own, spending for myself, learning how to pay my own bills, learning how to just really develop as a man. So everything, when it comes to taking massive action, and I stand by it 100%, because in life, no one's gonna do it for you. You know what I mean? Especially when you're ready to go on your own. So if you're young like myself and you're still with your parents, by all means, you know what I mean? Milk it for what it's worth. That's what they're there for. But eventually, one day, you're gonna have to fend for yourself. You're gonna learn how to take action for yourself and go into the world. And for the first time, realize it's gonna be very difficult, and no one's gonna do that for you but yourself. So my story, by the time I was 18 years old, I never had an actual legitimate job. I won't get too much into detail because that will take another day or two. But by the time I was 18, I was just really fed up with the life that I was living. I was into drugs. I was into really bad activities. I've been to jail probably 3 times. The last time I was in jail, literally I was going to be away for 15 years if they found me guilty. So I was on bail when I entered my first corporate job at 18 years old, and that position was a door-to-door salesperson. I literally handed out 100 resumes, and nobody accepted me for this except for this one company. So really, everything happens for a reason as well, and I took that action to just make a decision in my life that I had to make a change, and that's what happened. So that the company accepted me, 18 years old, no experience in anything whatsoever. My very first real job, I worked my ass off. Basically, there was people in that company that were way more talented than me. They had more money to start, because I literally start with $10 in my name. That's how low my life was. But there was just way more people that were more qualified than me that deserved, everything under the sun. But what happened was I looked at it and said, you know what, I may not be talented as them, I may not have the money as them, but I can outwork them. So every single day, I went out knocking on doors from 11 a.m. in the morning till 11 p.m. at night, because those are the hours that you have to work when you're going door to door, because people will get home at different times, especially really early or really, really late. So that's how you have to work it. And what happens is every single day there was no's after no's after no's. There was days where people would swear at me and say, "What's wrong with you? We get a real job." There's days where people would spit on me, throw the flyers that I gave them back at me. I had to do everything in my powers to outwork the other guys in the company to get to where I needed to be. So within a year and a half, I was able to be consistent. I was able to build a sales team of about 50 reps, okay? Out of the 50 reps, I took 5 of the best reps, and I opened up my own sales company. So at 20 years old, I was able to open my own company. I was really excited. Everything was going well. When you're brand new, you're excited, you're taking action again. Every single day, I never stopped taking action. Within 6 months of running that business, I made over $70,000. I was really stoked. I was like, wow, this is a dream come true for anybody. But being, young and being, not really that experienced, I had my first, my second failure in life. And I lost all my money, and I lost my whole team, and it was all by myself in my office. And I looked at my situation and I said, what do I need to do? And I reverted back to how hard my life was before compared to where it is today. And I said, this is nothing. So what I had to do was I literally had to get my ass up and say, let's build this back again by myself. So I went into the field, went door to door all by myself. Within 30 days, I was able to build my team to 11 people all by myself. And I've been able to still maintain that business I'm doing right now as we speak. So it's been a good 3 years I've been running this company. So what happened was my attitude towards life changed and how much I can actually achieve. So I started to taking more actions in other areas of my life to see what else can I accomplish, what other challenges are out there for me, how much more can I do for society, and how much more people I can help. So I came across Empower Network, right? And Empower Network is an online company, so the beauty about that is that there's no cap of how much you can make or how much people you can reach, because online they're just limitless. You know, just so much people out there. So the cool part about Empower Network as well is the people involved really matched up with the people that I already work with, so it was just a no-brainer for me. So that right then I just took action, and I've been with Empower Network for 3 months. No no online experience whatsoever. And on top of that, the Empower Network teaches you don't have to sell. So that's a relief for me because I've been selling my whole life. You know what I mean? So I wanted to do something completely different, but at the same time get a better result. So that's basically my story so far. And how did I get $1,100 in one day? Well, I really just try to provide value to people through good content through either social media, primary Facebook, and it's free, by the way, guys. So making sure that every day you're trying to at least put out one good content, whether it's a quote, whether you want to share a video of something inspirational, anything, and then you add Empower Network at the bottom there, your join link or whatever link you want to add, and people will eventually, through consistent action every day, will take notice on what you're doing, and they will join you. Out of the last 3 months, I've had 28 people join me, and I did not sell any single one of those persons. When I mean sell, I didn't have to prospect. They came to me and said, Tony, there's something about Empower Network and something about you that I wanted to be a part of. How can I join? And all I did was go to the sales video, watch it. If you like it, you can join then. And that's what happened. And the gentleman that upgraded and went into the 15K format that allowed me to get that $1,000 a day, literally he joined through one of my videos, one of my value content that I put out there, and then for 3 weeks he would ask me questions here and there about Empower Network. You know what I mean? How do you do this? How do you do that? And all I did was just answer his questions without having to sell him on the idea that you need to be upgrading right now, blah, blah, blah. I just gave him value and just kind of gave him what he needed and just answer his questions. I never had to really sell anything. And through that relationship, he looked at it and said he wanted to know more. And when he actually had that breakthrough and said, I want more, I offered him the suggestion that maybe you should go to the 15K, and that's how I did that. So that's basically it. I think that covers it quite a bit. Do you guys have any questions?
That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Tony. So, guys, I mean, it was through social media and for consistently taking action and posting something out there. And like he said, I don't know if you guys caught it, there's that golden nugget. Make sure you put a link there to your opt-in page. Or was it an opt-in page that you used, Tony?
I always put my opt-in page, yes, always.
Okay, so there you go. There's a tip for you guys. That's actually, something that top marketers would share for a certain amount of money or value, but we're giving it out here for free, so awesome value there. And that was do we have any other questions here, guys? Do any of you guys have questions on the panel for Tony right now?
Well, first of all, I want to jump in here and say, Tony, you have an amazing energy. I mean, that's the kind of energy that people are attracted to. It's your enthusiasm, your drive, and your belief in the business, right? And I guess kind of walk us through when you got involved with the Empower Network, what decision did you start doing? Like, what made you decide to actually take action and do something, right? Because I know some people that got in since the beginning, but they haven't done anything yet. So what made you realize that I gotta take action right now, today?
So when I started Empower Network, I wasn't that kind of person where I needed to learn everything at first. I just took action as I was learning. So, and even till today, I haven't finished all of the training that was provided, and I'm still able to get results because that's just the person I am. Once I learn a little bit, I'll go take action really quick, get a result, and come back and learn some more. Right? I don't wait until I finish the whole entire book, before I apply the teaching within that book. So I kept it very simple. I believed in the system because I saw others were having results, and I got to connect with my team, which is Project Badassery. Love you guys. And it just felt right what I was doing. So anything I did after that decision was just icing the cake. I knew no matter how much either I made a mistake, because nothing is always going to be perfect. It doesn't matter. I'm in the right vehicle. I have people supporting me. I'm gonna get the result eventually, and I did. Right. So undying belief in yourself and taking action as you're learning, not taking action after you learned everything.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think Tony said something really profound. Is when he realized others are having results, so he believed that he can have actually the same thing. That kind of reminded me of a story of I'm not sure if you guys know about Roger Bannister. He was the first guy that ran the 4-minute mile, right? So before then, everybody said it's not possible to run the 4-minute mile. People say that it's just not physiology-wise not possible, right? So he believed he can do it. He visualized that he ran the whole thing, and he did it, right? So he just mentally visualized that he ran it over and over again, and when he did it, he has ran it. And after Roger Bannister ran a 4-minute mile, others start following, start doing the same thing. So before, no one did it, but when he did it, others realized, believed that this is possible, and others started following. So now even high school kids are doing the same thing. So is when you realize that someone has done it, like here in Empower, Tony, Am, Haresh, Tam, and all of us here made money, and others, the 12-year-old kid who made money, Christina Munoz from Australia who has chronic pain, she made money. Everybody made money here. So that's why when we realize that others are succeeding and your beliefs start going up, and you can succeed as well. After you, Am.
Definitely, I agree. I have one question for you, Tony. You said that you come from a background where you did direct selling, door to door, right? So you were always that guy who was pushing on sales, and so now that you're going on to Empower with this online business, everything is about attraction marketing, right? So was it easy? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who could relate to you who do have that direct selling background. Was it easy for you to transition from that to attraction marketing now? I mean, for those who aren't inside Empower yet, and who are in the direct sales who do have that direct sales background, is it something that you can easily just get onto for them to understand what attraction marketing is?
Well, yes. Your answer is yes. The transition was actually quite simple. Why? Because when you're doing door-to-door or direct sales, you're really selling yourself, not the product. See, if you're really good at selling yourself, doesn't matter what product you're selling, you're gonna sell it, right? With your belief, with your character, with your attitude, everything falls into play. So when it comes to online marketing, it actually complements it quite a bit, and actually allows you to expand that, because it is like trash marketing. You're really just providing good content, and people will come to you. And what I like about attraction marketing is you don't have to now no longer prospect, meaning you don't have to visit 100 people and get yelled at like 90 people, and maybe have 10 people might be interested, but only be able to talk to one that will buy your product, and you make that one-time commission, and that's about it, and you'll never see them again. Where Empower Network, that attraction marketing, people just flood to you with consistency, taking action every day with your marketing, and then you make it residual if they decide to work with you long term.
Awesome. So guys, just if you didn't get it, it's all about using social media and providing value to the community, and making sure that you keep taking massive action once again. Haresh or Tam, do you guys have any question for Tony?
Yeah, I do have one question. Tony, it's really good you're sharing your story, and it's a really good insight when you go offline and online marketing. I mean, what are your thoughts on leveraging better your time with online? Because a lot of people say that, but you've got experience of both the offline and the online. So I just want to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, I've been doing Empower Network an hour to 2 hours a day, and it's the all I got to really put into this business because I have an offline business. So for anybody that has a full-time job and says that they don't have time, that's just an excuse, to be honest. Everybody has time. They just got to find ways to make that time. Just get more organized. Learn to start saying no. You know what I mean? A lot of people have trouble saying no to people, and that's why they don't have time. Because they're always committed to something that they really don't have to commit to. But for anybody that doesn't have time and has a full-time job, that's just an excuse why you can't do this.
No, thank you. You're very
Was
right.
that your question? Sorry, I don't know. Leverage time, like that's just the way I think.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely. I mean, I think you're right. I mean, that's the thing. I would imagine with offline, you have to go out to knocking as many doors. Whilst with online, it's not it's not the same as that. You're saying an hour or so, and there's no excuse. You're so right. Thanks on that.
All right. I think Tam has a question as well.
Yeah, I do. My question is similar to M's, but from a different angle. So, you know, Tony, you came from a marketing background. You came from a sales background. And, you know, internet marketing is marketing and sales, right? So when you came on, you had a background that was, you know, perfectly positioned for this business. And for those people who are watching this, you know, who are thinking, well, I've never done marketing before. I've never had any sales background before. How am I supposed to, you know, make money in this business? So Tony, I just want to pass it to you, and you know, like, what do you think? Like, is it possible that anyone can make money in this business?
100%. It wasn't just because I had sales experiences why I did well. You know what I mean? That would just be labeling me something. Honestly, I think everyone has the potential in them to do well. They just have to make that decision, have that choice to do well. You know, what I have is just sheer work ethic, and that's obviously from the past that I've lived, you know. So you have to get angry almost, and you have to look at the situation that you're in and say, if you're not happy with the results that you have in your life for now, then you have to take some action to make that happen for yourself, period. There's just no excuses. So whether you have experience or not, this is why Empower Network was created, was to help the little guys, the people that always struggled online, you know what I mean, and never made any money for the very first time to have success here. So there's just no excuses, experience or not, because there are people that have lots of experience and are still struggling in other companies. You know what I mean? This is the very first company that is designed and created by marketers for marketers to help anyone succeed online. And if you're still thinking about getting in, you know, I think this is about that time you should start getting in.
See, absolutely. Like I said before, like when I was sharing my story, that you know I didn't have any marketing background, I didn't have any sales background, and yet I was able to make money with Empower. And you know, like I just wanted to ask you that question, Tony, to sort of have you know like a double. What's the word I'm looking for? To have someone else to also say, yeah, that's correct, right? So it's not just coming from me. So definitely. You know, you can make money online, especially with Empower though, because like I said, I've been with many systems and I've tried selling many different products, but only when I came to Empower, I was able to make and create this kind of results, right? So, you know, yeah, that's awesome. Em, I'm going to pass it right back to you. And
Okay, cool. I guess that's Alan, Harash. Do you guys have any other questions you'd like to cover with Tony, or?
Well, I think that, you know, like Tony, who've been only with Empower for 3 months and achieving that kind of success, and you know, it's really no secret that Tony is achieving this kind of success because he's taking massive action. Like you said, when he dedicate his 1 or 2 hours a day, he's not doing anything else. He's not checking Facebook. He's not checking his email. He is, you know, focusing his energy on his business, right? And Tony, you know, hit something, you know, really hard is that, you know, he's learning and applying skills, as sorry, he's actually applying what he learned in taking massive action while he's keep learning. He's not gonna, go through all the videos, one time, and start watching videos again and again, and then take action. He watched one video, he implemented right away what he learned in that video, and he started putting valuable content out there. I think that is something that I kind of took away today, is that put out real content is because people don't join system, they join people, right? And people like Tony put out very valuable content out there. That's how he attract people out there that know, like, and trust him. And I think one question I could ask Tony is, what recommendation can you give people who are starting new, maybe they're viewers right now, that are just afraid to take the action, right? So what kind of recommendation can you give them so that they can take that leap of faith and start applying, and start taking action tonight?
Are we talking about people that just recently joined, or people that have joined?
Sure. The people, or just making that leap of action to join right as well.
Okay. Number one is trust. You have to trust the business that you're going to be joining, or if you already joined, you have to trust that the business that you're in. If you don't have that, you're not going to put that effort in. You know what I mean? You're just going to wait and kind of hover until someone kicks you in the butt, really, and pushes you. So have trust and believe in the message. Stick to one message, because in this industry, there's just so much noise, shiny objects, so much just crap. I don't know if I'm allowed to swear, but I'm going to do it. And you just have to trust it. Have one clear message, because I have one clear message with my team. I don't sell nothing just for the sake of selling. I just pitch Empower Network, and that's it. And that just shines through to your people or anybody you're trying to bring in your business. Number two is connect with your sponsor. You know what I mean? Just communicate with them, ask questions. That's what they're there for. You know what I mean? If they're not there for you, there's 100 other sponsors you can talk to and learn from. We're a whole community. Anybody in this panel here, I'm sure they're not afraid to talk to you. Just add them on Facebook. That's what I had to do. I added like all these people that I never met before in Empower Network just to connect with them, and just so I can be a part of the community, and I get to pick their brains and get some golden nuggets. So the quicker you can implement new ideas, new strategies, you're going to be able to push yourself out of your comfort zone and take your business to new heights. Again, trust and just find good mentors, network with a lot of people, and you should be fine. Cool?
Awesome.
Awesome. And guys, Harash, did you have anything else to add on before we end the session?
No, it's really good, Tony, about sharing that. Again, good content is something that some people do struggle, because what happens as a newbie, I remember when I got started, I went into this selling pitch, which wasn't me anyway, and I was doing something which I wasn't feeling comfortable. But it's really good that you give valuable content. What advice would you give to someone who's new to stop them from falling into that trap of giving a sales pitch, when really it's about giving good content? I mean, I don't know, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, just really, really, really try to resist selling, because that's not what we do. Because you're not good at it, obviously. If you were, then you would have like a team of 100,000 people, right? So just let Empower Network sell for you through the videos. That's how you got probably introduced by watching a sales video, right? So think about that for a second. How you got into the business most likely was not because someone pitched you on it, because you decided yourself, something attached you to that video. So just try to resist not selling the business. I probably reached out to one person, I think. Why? Because I honestly thought, and I believe this person would do really well in this business. And that's the only time you should really pitch someone, if you really know that person would do really well, and you just have to share it with them. You know what I mean? But just don't sell for the sake of selling. We're not salespeople. You know, we're leaders. We're just trying to empower the world. That's what the message is about Empower Network. As for putting out good content, for anybody that's new, that's struggling, it's very simple. Go read a book. right? There's a lot of stuff are written in these books nowadays that you can learn and pick up and regurgitate into your own words so you can provide value to the world.
Good stuff. So, Tam, before we end the session, would you like to add anything else?
No, I just think Tony's amazing. I mean, the background that he's got, at a very young age, he went from doing door to door to becoming the top rep, to becoming the top sales trainer, and he built his company when he was 20 years old. I mean, that's really, really impressive. And that's one thing that I want to touch on. Like I see this panel here of a bunch of young people, right? And young people creating results. So I think, like, whatever age you're at, if you're willing to just take massive action, if you're willing to just get in the game and willing to just grind, your result is in accordance to how much action you put in. And Alan was saying, 12-year-old making, how much was it again, Alan?
I believe it was a
12,000. Oh,
Okay, yeah, I believe it was $12,000 for 4 months. That's equates to $3,000 per month.
So if a 12-year-old could make, 12,000 in 4 months, I think anyone, if you take massive action, you got to get involved in the game though. You could make this kind of money as well. But we have more impressive people in the company that are young. I mean, Shakir, 24 years old, and he would be making.
He just crossed $100,000 last month in April.
Wow, I was gonna say, to say the least, $50,000 a month, right?
No, 100,000.
Wow. So there we go. So it doesn't matter what age you are, what background you have, you can definitely be successful, especially with Empower. We give you the system, we give you the the training needed for your success and the support, the team. So definitely, you want to lock arms with us. And for those of you guys who hasn't seen the video presentation that Tony was talking about, there's a link below the button. Just click on that link, and then you go to the next page and grab a coffee or kickback or a beer and enjoy the presentation and see what Empower Network is all about. And yeah, Em, I'm gonna give the mic back.
I just want to add something before we go off here. And this is what I said in my last hangout, and I thought it was really cool. 1 second here. Okay, cool. So just because we're on the topic of taking massive action, right? If you want to live an extraordinary life, you have to do extraordinary things, okay? And you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So take massive action, sign up, join the team, and you will thank me later.
Awesome.
thanks for that message, Tony. So guys, if you're still sitting on the sideline, make sure you click on the link below. And once again, like Tony and everybody touched on today, it's all about following the right people, the right community, the right people who will plug you into the system and who will show you the way to succeed on this online business, because that's especially one of the main keys for you to empower yourself so that everybody's there to support each other and so that we can reach that same goal, that same vision, to have a freedom lifestyle. So thanks for listening and for joining us. Make sure you check out our upcoming hangouts. Click on the link below if you haven't done so. Make sure you leave a comment as well. If you have any questions, just leave us something and we'll try to get back to you as much as we can. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.
Take care, guys. Good night.
Take care. Good night, guys.